Gibbo presents.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm joined by Sting partner and Downsound Records C.E.O. It is Josef Bogdanovich.
Boom bang, wagwan, everything crisp, cool. Yeah, Yankee. You're in England, I'm talking. Go ahead.
Joe,
Hello?
Sting 30 will be the second staging of Sting that you've been involved with as a partner. Would it be correct to say that when you became part of the organization and running of the events, that the raw product, so to speak, was already of a high standards, but you thought with some small alterations, increased sponsorship, and improved marketing, that you could make it even better?
Well, I don't think those are small or insignificant changes. Those are major developments that are ready to happen, and they're happening now. And, this whole thing, the bar is significantly raised. It's the biggest one-night reggae show on earth this 26th of December. We've got a big cast. We've got a great stage. We've got a great vibe here in Jamaica around Sting, just totally celebratory and positive and uplifting and supportive. So we've got some big acts here, especially the Dada, who is an absolute living legend here, and we've been in Cockburn the Pen and Roots FM and getting ready to go to the football field and then to Zip FM to spread the love, for what this event's about this time. This is all the vibes around Sting now are positive. That's a major development, don't you?
Clashes have been a key feature of Sting over the years and have produced some of the event's most memorable and historic moments. Do you see clashes as a key to Sting's popularity and success today and in the future?
Sting is the one that originated Clash in the dance hall as a annual event. And I think what you're going to see at this Clash is something that you've never seen before. And what that is, it's not about the gully and the Gaza. It's about pure wit and how to beat your opponent, of course. But it's going to be on a cleaner level because this is television all over the world. And we're going to try to use this thing as a real entertaining tool, and it's very strong, which I think will widen the audience for Clash into a real international market. And hopefully next year we'll have some international artists that will come and join in the celebration and the party and, of course, the Clash.
There is $30,000 up for grabs for the winner of this year's Clash, which will involve 4 booked artists, 2 outside artists, and the reigning champion Kiprich. Could you explain what the format of the Clash will be and how it's going to work?
Well, first of all, it's winner take all. $30,000 in there, U.S. money, where you can actually do something with your life yourself. Any one individual can make a change or start a change. All right. In terms of the Clash, of course, Macka Diamond has been signed to the lineup, and of course she has got some ideas about clashing. I think if Lady Saw deals with that, I think you'll see some really swift samurai action, lyrically. We just came from Roots FM here in Kingston, the heart of Kingston. And the Don Dada, he was asked about Clash and whether he'd be clashing, and he didn't, what he said was, if someone gives him some disrespect, right? That's what he said, right? If a Don Dada, they give him some disrespect, they might, he won't, he'll defend it. But we don't know what's going to happen. Anything can happen here, and especially with me, everything's possible. Joe says so.
So, will Kiprich have to clash each of the other artists involved in turn, or will the 6 battle each other with Kiprich then clashing the winner, or will it be more of a free-for-all?
Yeah, I think it's going to have a free-flow kind of vibe to it. What I like about what Lang and Sting and what all of them have done is, the Clash is something that's based on vibes, and that's what they're all about. So, we don't know how it's going to exactly start. We're still letting it form itself, and we'll see who's there. But I can tell you this: the champion doesn't have to fight everybody. He'll have a couple preliminary rounds and working your way up, and anything can happen. Somebody can come from left field and just take it. For example, Wycliffe, you'd never think that he'd be a clashing kind of individual, being the big music ambassador that he is, and how he's so positive for reggae and dancehall and for just music in general and the whole mission of the type of person that he is. Just the whole level of clash is going to be, pushed up about 10 jolts. So it's hard to describe what's going to happen in the future of this, except I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
All the artists who are going to be involved in the clash know to get that prize money, they have to defeat Kiprich. But he doesn't know which artists he's going to have to clash. Does this put him at a big disadvantage?
Listen, Kiprich is ready for anybody. He's, he's a champion. He's been a champion maybe 4 times. He's still a sleeping giant, and anything can happen. When you hear someone like a super cat, that's feeling good vibes here in Jamaica and happy to be back on Jamaican soil and looking good, and just did a show in New York City a little while ago, like 2 nights ago, did well. He's here to give a real big performance that shows an international stature of who this man is and was and will be and continue to be. Ninjaman's going to be there. Don't rule Ninjaman out, because he's not going to let that money go. So if you're going to come and snatch it from his son, you have Ninja to deal with. You can trust me on that.
I was just going to ask you about Ninjaman, actually. An artist who is stated to be the treasurer for the Clash on Boxing Day. But you think there's a good chance he may not be able to resist and get involved in the action?
They say a lot of things about Ninjaman. And what I can tell you, Ninjaman has been with the company now for 1 year. You've seen the kind of strides he's made, both musically and personally. And he is definitely a Downsound warrior, a leader, a legend. And he's been doing a lot of work with the young artists, and generally spreads a lot of, inspiration to all the people that are coming up to Downtown. Something you don't really see from legends like this too often, because they're kind of busy with other things. But I can tell you this: Ninjaman is the treasurer, and that's the guy that's holding the cash. Yeah, brother.
Has it been decided which 4 booked artists and which 2 outside artists will feature in the Clash, or is that going to be a last-minute decision?
The outside artists we don't know who they are. And we don't know who they are, because the right one, whoever it is now, they might be usurped by somebody that's much more intense, and somebody that's much more, I don't know, whatever the vibes are, but anything can happen on that.
Any clues as to who the booked artists may be?
Listen, I wouldn't leave Lady Saw out. I wouldn't leave I wouldn't leave Macka out. I wouldn't leave Wycliffe out. I wouldn't leave any of them out. Beanie Man says he wants to clash. Kiprich is going to defend his title. And decisions will be made on the spot because that's Sting style. Winner takes all. Now, if some ladies clash, listen, the way the clash works, if I were you, I'd put my money on Lady Saw. I certainly have.
When I spoke to Kiprich yesterday, I also asked him which artist he'd most like to meet in the clash. His answer was Mad Cobra. Cobra is not currently on the lineup, and he's made the amount he required to appear at Sting Public a while back. But you're a big-time businessman, Joe, with no shortage of cash. What's the chances we see Cobra involved in Sting this year? Have you managed to strike a deal with Mr. Helter Skelter?
Mr. Helter Skelter is certainly possible. We certainly want him. We like him. We think he's a great artist. After all, he did beat Ninjaman once. And he's brilliant. Now, if he's not already booked abroad, I'm definitely looking for him. And I know that Scata Billboard Burrell's got his eye out to see if he can find him under a rock somewhere. We'll find him. And if he's here, anything can happen. But the one I'm afraid of is Lady Saw. I think she can beat anybody.
What gives you that impression?
She's
Is it
brilliant.
just talking to her over the last few days?
Yeah, absolutely.
You see the fire in her eyes.
I see the fire in everything, her whole spirit. She's a great entertainer. She's great lyrically, and she is, after all, the queen of the dance hall. And we can't leave the queens out.
The lady who the Queen of the Dance Hall is involved in a beef with at the moment, Macka Diamond, has now been confirmed to appear at Sting, but it was previously thought that she would not be appearing. Over the last week or so, she put out several tweets which indicated this, and she even had a back and forth with the Reggae Sting Twitter accounts, in which one of her tweets said, quotes, "Hello, I'm not booked. Stop leading the people on, and people never booked me, KMT." Was she booked all along, or was there some last-minute deal struck?
Let me just tell you how it goes down. We signed her 3 days ago, and she got paid her money. So she's on. She's been paid. She's ready to roll.
Another man who is on the lineup is the Wild Apache, the Don Dada Supercats, who of course is making his return to Sting this year for the first time in a long time. On Labor Day weekends, when he made his surprise performance at Hot 97's On the Reggae Tip show in New York, did you immediately reach for the phone and try and book him?
We signed him before that. Way before that. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks earlier.
So when you saw him make that appearance, did that disappoint you? Did you think that would take away from his appearance at Sting?
Hell no. We saw the superstar that he is. You can't imitate.
When you got in contact with him, how did he respond to your offer?
He responded with clarity, curiosity, and decision.
He landed in Jamaica earlier today. Can you tell me how he was received and what he's been up to since he got there?
We're in Cockburn Pin right now. And, you know, the streets are full. Just you'll see it all on Instagram and on video and everywhere. This is his hometown. He's the people are just hugging him up fiercely. Beautiful, ladies that come out of gosh knows where, and a lot of Indian people here. A lot of hometown people, celebrities. Well wishers. I mean, literally, there are thousands of people in the street. Yeah.
He was
DJing Rasta sound too.
He was extremely well received in New York on Labor Day weekend and at Amazura, where he performed just a couple of days ago. But surely he's going to get an even better reception when he touches the stage at Jam World on Boxing Day.
What's going to happen to him is that, he's already getting the vibe of Jamaica. And there's just a lot of goodwill. There's a lot of love. There's just a lot of real people vibes, and it's an inspiration for these people living in this part of town, and it gives them hope and all that kind of business. It's a different kind of energy than what you get in New York or places like that. This is the island. They call it paradise. Homegrown.
Wyclef and 2 Chainz are also stated to appear this year. What do international artists from non-reggae backgrounds add to Sting, and will we see them play an increasing role in future Stings?
Sting is this is a big game changer this year. It's an international show. Movado is an international artist now. That's something new for him. Supercat is a living legend, living in New York. We've got Sizzla that's, phenomenal. 2 Chainz is turning into a rap pop star. And the kids here are very much interested in seeing him, and that's a lot of Uptown. Uptown's coming to Sting this year like never before. I think we're going to have a bumper crowd. I'm expecting 40,000 people. And I'm expecting a real big, great production that's going to go down. We're transforming Jam World into a nightclub kind of thing with 30,000, 40,000 people, and you know what I mean. So this is a big television production. You've seen a lot of TV with Tessanne lately on The Voice and doing that phenomenal thing she did for Jamaica and for herself and for the whole, music industry, putting a proper face on Jamaica, which is real and legitimate. And now what we're doing is we're taking, the longest brand, the biggest brand of reggae and dancehall music out of Jamaica for the 30th anniversary is just, and it's just a great accomplishment. And what we've done this year is we've turned the vibes from one extreme to the next. And this extreme is pure positive support and great music. Great music, great production. And you're going to see stuff that you've never seen before, without question. There's really magic all over in the air. It's just, people are very excited here. I mean, when you look at the Dada show up here, and just feeling the vibes of Jamaica, as soon as he gets off the plane, you can. It's just what happens, like when you land in Montego Bay or it's Norman Manley, and you just smell and look at the mountains. You just feel different.
Although most people would not class Wyclef as a reggae artist, he's appeared in Jamaica before, he has his own sound system, and he's very familiar with reggae music and culture. As far as I'm aware, this isn't the case with 2 Chainz. Has he ever been to Jamaica before? Do you think he knows what to expect from Sting?
I don't think he knows much about Sting, but I can tell you, he's going to know a lot about it when he gets on that plane. He's in Arabia now. God, this guy's big. He's all over the world every night almost. I mean, it was lucky to get him here. This guy's busy. So this is just another stop on his busy schedule. And but when he touches foot here, he'll find out something different. And I think that who knows, maybe Downsound will be doing some collabs with him. You know.
As you mentioned earlier, this year the event is going to be available in some locations on pay-per-view TV, as well as via the online stream. And you've set a goal of 350 million viewers worldwide. If you manage to reach this target, how much of an increase in viewership will this be compared to last year?
Night and day. Night and day. Not just night and day. I mean, it's like getting a view from the sun. I mean, this is what you have to do to make reggae and dancehall work international, and how to make money as a concert promoter here in Jamaica when you're doing world-class music. And if you can't get this thing, this is the beginning. You know, this whole television platform that we've developed is a big deal.
How are the pre-sales for the live stream going? Are they up on last year as well?
Oh my gosh, we're getting interest globally. Norway, Sweden, Italy, UK, Germany, Japan, US, of course, Toronto, Hawaii, and it's just beginning. We've got 5 days to go.
Joe, I know you are an extremely busy man today. Thanks a lot for your time.
All right, keep it rocking.
Gibbo.